Hi everyone, welcome to Water Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and either's this bloke. This is the Tanker Kid from BAMF clan. Tanker Kid in the 5916, the Tier 6 Chinese light tank. This is going to be a triple shot of Tier 6 replays, a light, a medium and a heavy in today's video. And this one is on mines, is in a Tier 8 battle, which is good to see people setting in replays with when you're low tier. Of course, when you're low tier, yes, it is entirely possible that you might get blown away early on with some of those big Tier 8 guns, like the Bautista Waffentrager on the enemy side, or that dirty, great big artillery, the American M40, M43. But the Tanker Kid from BAMF clan is not stuffing around on mines. He's gone straight for the central part of the map. And you can see he's looking at getting a couple of cheap shots into the T34-85. Unfortunately, he bounces that one, even though he had APCR, loaded APCR. Premium ammunition in this 76mm gun, 115 damage, 180 penetration. And he'll penetrate that one. Standard is 138 penetration on this little pea shooter of a gun in the Chinese light tank. It's a little gun, it's a pew gun, which sort of very quick rate of fire, low alpha damage as he plays around on the central part of this map on mines. He does get a shot into the Panzer IV. Brings his damage up to 221. Does a little bit of a boost here. Have a look at this. The Tanker Kid from BAMF. BAMF, a pretty active clan doing clan wars and skirmishes and all that kind of stuff. He hasn't fixed his gunner yet. Just concentrating on that boost. Didn't quite work there. As he plays around in the middle of the mines map, you can just saw the KV2 got derped out by the friendly KV2, which is a good one. His gunner's still dead as he looks for some vision over here in the northeast, probably looking towards that Tiger P. Yeah, and he probably fancies himself going through the side of the Tier 8. Tier 7 German artillery piece gets a pretty low roll there for 93 hit points with the score on 3-2. Still got a damaged gunner. I'll be tapping that 5 key if I were you, old son. Tanker Kid from BAMF in the Tier 6 light tank. There's still 3 Tier 8 tanks on each side. The T34 Mod 1, the Bautista Waffentrager, and the M40, M43. And surely about now he's thinking, why is my gun not aiming too well? Puts the shot into where he thinks the Tiger P might have been. That's Spitball. I know that guy. I was in a clan with him about a year ago, I reckon. Tanker Kid aiming towards that Tiger P, hoping he pokes out. I don't know how safe he is from artillery there. I'm not sure if I'd be sitting in the same spot for too much longer. Of course, with the changes to artillery, when they do hit a light tank, they certainly do a little bit of damage, a lot of damage into a lightly armoured vehicle, such as the 5916. Of course, it's not known for its armour. It has got a round turret, which can bounce the odd shot, but you certainly wouldn't be relying on that up against some of these Tier 7 and 8 guns on the enemy side. 3-4's the score now. His team's down by a tank. He's up to 314 hit points of damage, 157 assisted. He's just kicking back here, keeping vision towards the northeast, hoping for another cheeky shot into that Tiger P. Looks like artillery's just fired and let his teammates know that he's on the reload by pushing the F8 key. And unfortunately, the KV2 goes down to one of the enemy artilleries, the M12 Tier 7 American. As the Tanker Kid says, I think this might be a little bit too challenging. Looking at the mini-map, lots of tank destroyers on this team, and they're doing what tank destroyers do, kicking back right at the back. And Tanker Kid looks like he might be thinking a little bit of vision might be in order on the western flank. You can see they've got the 2 medium tanks over here in the east, and they should be able to keep some decent eyes on the OI and the Tiger P. On the northeast, if they do start poking, and they 5916 wants to get some vision towards the west, that Panzer IV, I think that's the same guy he shot right at the start of the game. There you go, there's his first kill of the game. Unfortunately, the Dickermax was poking just a little bit too much there, and he was outvisioned and blown away by artillery. Outvisioned by the Type 64 down in the southwest corner. Last spotted, well, there he is, right next to the Tanker Kid. Now, the Tanker Kid, he really needs to try and get rid of the premium Chinese light tank, because that Tier 8 artillery, even though it is an artillery, and not everybody is a big fan of artillery, myself included, but it's one of the only 3 Tier 8 tanks on his team. He's doing some he's doing a great job staying away from the Type 64's gun. Of course, that Type 64 has a great rate of fire, but of course the turret doesn't turn that quickly, and the tanker kill picks up his second kill, getting rid of the other Tier 6 light tank on the enemy side, the premium Chinese. Type 64, one of the tanks I seem to do quite well in. Not 100% sure why, but anyway, the crew gets stunned by the artillery. Not sure which artillery it was, but he fixes it with the quick tap of the 5 key, and he's back on his way again. Looks like he's going back towards the middle, looking at the mini-map. You can see the T20 got killed by Elvis Lives, not a bad in-game name at all, the American Tier 8 M40 M53, and it looks like he was thinking about going to the middle, but he might have changed his mind. They've pinged the map over towards E1, and he says, yeah, I reckon I agree with you. Probably need a little bit more vision over there. The T26E4 and the T34-100 providing good vision in the northeast, and that's the tank that they were worried about. That VK3601H. Unfortunately, he rolls his tank, but will he be able to land back on his tracks? He does. Got a nice bit of camo there. Tells me maybe he wants to keep this tank. Maybe he enjoys it for skirmishes and platoons and all that kind of jazz. 7-8 the score now on mines. He's up to 906 damage, 324 assisted. Looking to try and outvision that VK3601H. That's the Tier 6. Is it a heavy or a medium? There's only one medium tank left. No, it's a T54 Mod 1 is a medium, so that's a Tier 6 heavy tank. The VK3601H. See, he's got a camouflage net happening. Can't see binoculars of this tank, but maybe he's got optics or vents running. That's why I can outvision that Tier 6 heavy. Looks like that artillery piece is clearly aiming for the VK3601H. Unfortunately, he's gone out of... he's not being spotted now, but now looks like he might be. Pardon me, he heard the big kaboom of the artillery. It takes him down to 139 hit points, and Tanker Kid says, hold my beer, I got this. 2 more shots into the Tier 6 heavy tank, and Tanker Kid picks up his 3rd kill, brings his damage up to 1,045 hit points, plus 544 assisted damage, and now it's time to help out in the east. T54 Mod 1 being the next target. He's got APCR loaded, probably starting to regret using up a lot of his APCR early on, the T54 Mod 1, even though it's a medium tank. It is a fairly heavily armoured medium tank as far as medium tanks go, like some of the Russian medium tanks can be. That sounded like a big shot into the T54 Mod 1, and Tanker Kid wants to make sure that T54 Mod 1 continues to be spotted. They need to get rid of one of these Tier 8 tanks out of the enemy's team. There's 3 of them left. The T54 Mod 1 premium Tier 8 medium Russian tank. The Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger last spotted up in the northeast. And of course the artillery as Tanker Kid going for the Tiger P in the middle. He knows he's not on a great amount of health. Auto aims on the Tier 7 German heavy, bounces a shot from the old mate Spitball, and one more shot should have done it, but he ricocheted. Needs to keep moving, and he picks up the kill. Just gets a little bit stunned. He just gets a little bit stunned by the artillery, and of course with the Rheinmetall and the T54 both spotted towards the east, looks like he's decided to go on a bit of an artillery run. Moves down here in this gap between these 2 hills. Doesn't get spotted by the T25AT. That's a Tier 7 American tank destroyer. Artillery is, looks like he's aiming towards the T25AT. Tanker Kid spots out the M12. Hasn't seen the M40, M43 yet. And he's taking his time aiming into the M12, and artillery picked up the kill on the artillery piece. Didn't go for the T25 AT, decided to go for the Tier 7 Arty instead. Tanker Kid on 4 kills, nearly 900 assisted damage, 1374 damage done himself. Finally found the Tier 8 artillery, sticking with APCR, and he's only got 3 APCR shells left. I reckon this might affect him if he's going to be carrying the shit out of this game. Puts another shot into him. Is he not going for the drown, is he? No, he's just trying to run away and hide. That's his 5th kill. He does get tracked by the T25 AT, fixes his tracks, and moves behind a little bit of cover. Doesn't need to worry about artillery doing any more damage to him, because artillery are out of the game on the enemy side. And the score's still 12 apiece. The M40, M43, Elvis Lives from Armed Clan in the Tier 8 American artillery piece. Jag Panzer 4 still alive on on the Tanker Kid's team. And of course the Tanker Kid carrying the shit out of this one in the 59-16. He's on 5 kills and he's looking for that T34-85M to try and pick himself up a top gun. He doesn't want to get shot too many times, and looks like he's just managed to get out of the way of that Tier 7 American Tank Destroyer's gun. Now he's behind it, and of course the T34-85M doesn't have a turret that can go all the way around, so he just sits behind him and he's going to just chip away in the back of his TD. Farmer bit of damage, up to nearly 2,500 damage now as he keeps chipping away T34-85M. There's not much he can do now. Jagpanzer just picked up the kill on the T54 Mod 1 on the other side of the map, and that confirms the top gun for the Tanker Kid from BAMF clan in the 59-16, and still lucky enough to be on 279 hit points, but he may as well just be on 1 hit point, because if that Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger shoots him, it's going to be good night, Irene. Looking at the mini-map, that Jagpanzer 4 firmly clinging to the red line, and of course giving the Tanker Kid some direction. I reckon I'd be tempted to say, listen mate, you stay back there on the red line, hold my beer, I've got this one. I'm going to go looking for that Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger. Luckily he won't need APCR to get through the Tier 8 German Tank Destroyer. Charlie 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's picked up 1 kill. He was last spotted over here in the east, and you'd imagine that the 59-16 would be able to outvision the German TD. Looks like he might have. There he is, over there. He's only on 129 health. And the Tanker Kid says, Elvis, you can have this one. And not a bad game at all. 15-12 in that close battle. In the end, it was touch and go all the way, wasn't it? That game on Mines. It's an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for Tanker Kid from BAMF clan. The Spotter Medal for doing over 1,000 assisted damage. Hand of God, Bruiser, Jeweler's 5 for effect. The All-X Medal for getting 2 tanks or tank destroyers in a light tank that are of higher tier, and of course a top gun for picking up those 6 magnificent kills. He topped the score charts in the damage stakes, 2,614 damage for his 6 kills, 1,615 base experience. He would have got a bonus because he was low tier, but getting the top damage in a tier 6 light tank in a tier 8 battle is no mean feat, and hats off to the guy. Well done. That was an absolute perler. 34 shots fired, 28 hit, 26 went through, 2,614 damage, a little bit blocked, 1,023 assisted damage. Ace Tanker, thank you very much to the Tanker Kid from BAMF clan, me and my light tank on Mines, carrying the game in that tier 8 battle. As we move on to the second game in this triple shot, this threesome featuring some tier 6 action. Now don't blink for too long because this game's going to be fast and furious. This is my old mate Frosty 2 from 2AR clan. Frosty 2, one of the nicest blokes to ever have played the game. He's got the T-150. Now the T-150 I reckon was one of the first tanks I ever had that I seemed to do pretty well in. T-150, it's the one that leads to tanks such as the KV-4, the STI, the IS-4, all those big, slow, heavily armoured Russian heavy tanks. And it's no different. We can have a look at this. He's got 2 marks of excellence on that gun barrel as he fires a shot towards, I think it was the M5A1 Stewart. He's on, what's this map called? He's on Wide Park. You don't see this map too often. I didn't think T6's played on this map, but clearly they do. Now Frosty 2 from 2AR clan. He's in the T150, the T150 with the 107mm gun, 300 alpha damage, 167 penetration with standard, 219 with APCR, which is premium ammunition. Looks like he's going straight for the eastern flank here. His team are down by 2 tanks, and he's thinking, I've got to do something about this. I've got to turn this game around. I've got to carry this game for my team. I've got the armour. I'm not going to be scared about poking over the top of this little train. Looking towards the T28. T28 at tier 4, vastly outgunned by the big 107mm gun on the T150. And I'll tell you what, every now and then you get a match like this where you're one of only 3 top tier tanks, and when you're in a tank like the T150 with that armour and that pretty handy gun, a 300 alpha damage gun at tier 6 is not too bad at all. Puts another shell into the Su-85. Couple of low rolls there. He's fired 3 shots. He's only on 552 damage. Of course, one of those shots was a kill shot. Now 2 of those shots were kill shots. As he bounces shots from the M8A1, is looking towards that little tank destroyer, and he'll say, hold my beer, I've got this. 3 kills to Frosty, 1,000 hit points of damage already, looking towards finishing off that T28. Does he need to aim? No, he doesn't. Just puts a shot into the back of the turret of that little tier 4 medium thing, hoping he's going to reload in time. Not sure if it will. It does, but he doesn't quite land the shot. 6-5 the score, 1267 damage, 7-5 now. Moving forward, he's going straight into these enemy tanks. Of course, the T-150, not known for its speed, but look at that. It can knock over trees, it can knock over buildings, and it can look at that Cromwell. That Cromwell will be absolutely shitting himself right now as he puts a shell in for 269. A lot of low rolls in this game, bearing in mind the average alpha damage is 300. He's got quite a few shots in the mid-200 range. Waits for the aim, picks up the kill on the M3 Lee. That M3 Lee will not know what happened as he starts rolling towards where the Su-85 and the Chaffee were last spotted along the... And he's looking, have a look at the mini-map. Apart from the looks, he's about the only tank that's really crossed that central line in the middle of White Park, which really does divide the map in two. One shot's the Chaffee. Does cop a shot from the Su-85, but that's okay because he'll be reloaded pretty soon as he picks up his 6th kill, confirms the top gun, and brings the score up to 11-7. Looking towards that Cromwell B. Don't tell me he's just going to sit there. He does. He is up to 2,366 hit points of damage. He's lost his driver, but he doesn't care as he picks up the 7th kill of the game. 7 kills to Frosty 2 from 2AR Clan. In the T-150, 2,500 damage done. He's blocked a bit, he's spotted a bit. He hasn't got much spotting damage because all his team are still on the other side of that central road. Fortunately for Frosty, none of the enemy sort of saying, hang on, well, this T-150 is all alone, let's swarm in. They're all focusing on sniping and piss-farting around, sort of poking over this ridgeline here. The M4A3E2 finally has crossed the thing, as has the SARL42. I have no idea what that tank is. 14-7, 2,500 damage. Will he get his 8th kill? He's looking for the KV2. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the KV2, which would have been a Radley Walters, but gee whiz. Fast and furious at its best. My old mate Frosty 2 from 2AR Clan. In the T-150, it's an ace tanker. Sorry, wrong one. Ace tanker mastery badge for my old mate Frosty 2 in the T-150 T6 heavy Russian tank. What else has he got? The Bruiser Medal, Duelist, 5 for effect, the High Caliber, and of course the Top Gun for picking up 7 kills. Only 1 kill short of a Radley Walters, but have a look at that. 2,486 hit points of damage, 1,205 base experience. Nobody else in the entire game did more than 1,000, so he's done more than double. He's done pretty much triple or more of what most of the players have done in that game. It was just, and he's entitled to replay, get your club out. That was just a roll forward, hit R a couple of times, go forward and blow these people away. Nearly 39,000 credits after tax with a premium account. 15 shots fired, 12 hit, they all went through. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, chicken squeezy, whatever you want to say. It's another ace tanker. For me old mate Frosty 2 from 2ARs. We move on to the third and final battle in this triple shot of Tier 6 action. Of course, that was the light tank and the heavy tank replay. This one is going to be the medium tank, and this is my old mate panzerquack from Calm Clan. panzerquack running around in the T34-85M. Of course, just like Frosty, he's lucky enough to be top tier on a map which is not too bad for medium tanks. For Yords, as he looks like he's going to go straight for the middle and start looking for some enemy tanks to shoot at. Just 3 Tier 6s on each side, a T34-85M on each side, Tier 6 artillery on each side, T37 and a 59-16 on the enemy side as he moves towards the part of the map which I like to call the puddle in the middle. And of course, if you're in a medium tank, and this is I actually got this position from a replay that somebody sent me in their T62A, where you can sort of go into this puddle and just work off this ridgeline where that 59-16 is. panzerquack just kicking back here near this little red house, looking for an opportunistic shot at any heavy tank that might cross that little gap on the other side. Of course, there's only one heavy tank on the enemy side, and that's Tier 5, so I'm not really sure what he's going to do. Generally, you can sort of rely on, if there's a group of heavies going down, them doing their heavy business in the south, but not many heavy tanks in this game, just one on each team at Tier 5. The T-37 goes down. Unfortunate to lose a top tier tank out of your side so early. It looks like the Leopard and panzerquack have both got the same idea, going into this little bit of a mini boost here on fjords in the central part of the map. panzerquack looking for a tracking shot on the Largo. That poor old tier 5. You won't know what hit him if that T34-85 has anything to say about it. Of course, the T34-85 was given away on the Asian server through a series of mini missions, and look, even a scrub like me managed to pick one up. And look at that, 207 hit points. It's an 85mm gun, 180 average damage for 144 pen, 194 pen with premium ammunition. Now, he looks like he's going to continue to boost up here on Live Oak. So look, I must say I've never tried this position. It looks reasonably handy, but he wants to get that gun working. Auto aims on the 59-16, takes him down by 172 hit points. And this is a very interesting position indeed. I've never done it myself, I must say, as the Leopard gets rid of that IKV 103 and panzerquack from Calm, so no worries. But I help this bloke because he's only a little tier 5, and I've got the big gun. I want to get this big gun working and need to do something because the team's down 2-6. I have to get the carry pants on, and there you go. He started the carry, 3 6s the score as he gets rid of the 59-16. Bang, another shot into the M3V. There's kill number 3. 4-7, only one other tank has got a kill, and that's that dead Leopard. There you go, gets rid of the T34-85 on the enemy side, getting always handy to get rid of a top tier tank. Cops a little bit of damage from the Leopard, but he did bounce most of those shots, and now is moving forward to get rid of this tier 5 German light tank. One more shot might be enough. What's he on? Will it be enough? Yes, it will. That's his 5th kill, only 1 kill away from a top gun now. And remember, his team were down by 4 tanks at one stage, and now he's evened it up with his 5 kills, and now they're actually ahead. Now it's even again. It's one of those games that it just keeps seesawing. He's waiting for that repair kit to be fixed, because he is in a bit of a rough state, the gunner. He needs a little bit of first aid, and panzerquack just kicking back here, waiting for that first aid kick to be able to be used again, just to make sure that Russian gun's accurate. Russian guns not known for their accuracy. The AMX 105AM, what's that? Tier 4 artillery piece gets spotted. panzerquack gets spotted as well, picks up some more assisted damage on the Matilda, fixes up his gun up, puts a shot into the Panzer 4H at tier 5, puts another shot into him, bounces some more damage. He's having an absolute perler. He's on 1623 damage, 240 damage blocked, and he's not going to stop. He's going to keep going forward. Hello, artillery. Sorry, old chap, I've got to put this one into you, and of course it looks like that artillery is not aiming towards him, so he can confidently pick up his 6th kill and confirm the top gun, sending that Hummel back to the garage. 10-9 the score. Oh, make that 11-9 as panzerquack picks up his 7th kill. One more kill will be very, very handy for Radley Walters. Let's see if he can do it. The score's 11-9. He's just peeking around looking for the AMX or the PZT-25. PZT-25's a one shot, and he's thinking, if I can do this, this will be a Radley Walters, and I'll be able to send this one off to Stewie. He does get lit though, so needs to be careful. Even though it's only a tier 4 artillery, they all do damage with their high explosive rounds. And he's decided maybe I should just YOLO the artillery. He's only on 84 hit points. Is he aimed? He looks like the artillery fired and missed. panzerquack confirms the Radley Walters, puts another shot into the PZT-25. That's a premium tier 5 German tank, I think it might be. And that's 9 kills. One more for a Pools medal. We were thinking maybe a Radley Walters not too long ago. Now all of a sudden a Pools medal's up for grabs. Of course, a Pools medal is what you get for getting 10 kills. And look, if you get 10 kills, you deserve a real medal, if you ask my opinion. 13-9's the score. panzerquack from Calm Clan on 2,225 damage. 350 blocked, a little bit of assisted damage as well, as he continues to roll towards that AMX 40 at tier 4. And what else is left? The T34-85M. That's a premium tank that was sort of... was it given away or did I buy it? Who knows? Puts a shot into the AMX 40. Doesn't manage to get the kill. The T67 picks up the kill, and one more kill should be enough for a Pools medal, but he's got to look for that tier 4 premium German medium, Russian medium tank. The T28-85M. It's one of the weirdest names in the game. Looks like the M3 Lee doesn't want to take on that tier 4 frontally. And look, who can blame him? He is only on 84 hit points himself, so he's going around to join panzerquack and the T67 in charging towards that tier 4. Who knows where that tank is now? It's been a long time since that T28-85M was spotted. And look, he could be, he clearly hasn't come back this way. He could be going for the artillery and maybe the cap. There he is now. Looks like he hasn't moved. The T67 puts a shell into him, takes him down to 234 hit points. This is for a pools medal, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I reckon I'd be waiting for the cherry pick. The T67 goes down. Of course, the T67 doesn't have much armour. He's got a very handy gun. And in the end, the panzerquack gets his 10 kills. And that confirms a pools medal. The M3 Lee puts a shot into the dead tank, and thank you very much. panzerquack from Calm Clan has an absolute ripper in the T34-85M. That's a tier 6 premium Russian tank that was given away on the Asian server through a series of mini missions a few months ago now. It's an ace tanker. It's also the hand of God for surviving and winning the battle, having received damage from at least 4 different enemy tanks. The Bruiser medal, Jeweler's 5 for effect, the Pascucci's medal for getting 2 artillery kills, Pool's medal for 10 tanks in that replay, the high caliber, and of course the Top Gun. Have a look at all those tanks that he got rid of. That is a pretty long list. Too long to go through. 2,497 hit points of damage, 10 kills, 1,442 base experience. Again, more than double what anyone else did. More than triple what most of them did. There were a few passengers in that game, that's for sure. 18,395 credits after tax. That's with a standard account. Premium account would have been close to 40 in that game that went for less than 7 minutes. 21 shots fired, 19 hit, 18 went through. Little bit blocked, little bit of assisted. Thank you very much. Ace tanker, your beauty, pools medal. Well done. Thank you very much for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. This triple shot of tier 6, a heavy, medium, and a light. All ace tanks. Thanks for the replays. Thanks for watching. Take care. See you all next time.